Hey guys, we are on another adventure. We're here in Florida, near Hot Springs, Florida. We have just put the canoe in, Post Springs Park, State Park, and we're on the Santa Fe River. We're gonna do an 8-mile canoe trip. We're gonna see 8 or 9 springs in 8 miles. So, go ahead.
Gonna be a 4-hour trip.
Yeah, we're excited about it. We've done this trip before. It's been 4 or 5 years ago, but we did the whole 15-mile trip before. This is just it's gonna be a quick trip today. So we're excited. We're gonna turn this camera around. We're gonna show you some of beautiful Santa Fe River in Florida. All right, there are 2 pretty major rivers in this area. We've got Santa Fe River, which we're on, and then the Suwannee River, which is over on the Gulf side, closer to the Gulf, not too far away. Springs all along both rivers, and as you can see in the color, it looks like tea. It's the color of tea, and it's the tannins from all of the trees along the riverbank here. It's clear, you can see it's very clear, but it just looks dirty. It looks dark. And this is the dark water they tell you you don't jump in Florida. You don't jump in dark water. You never know what's in there.
But once you get up into the springs, they're crystal clear, like Caribbean water.
Yeah, excited to show you that. There's another turtle. So much wildlife, and we've been on the water maybe 5 minutes and we've already seen all kinds of wildlife. So this is an absolutely recommended trip.
Just saw a bald eagle.
Oh, and I missed it. I didn't have the camera on, so maybe we'll see another one. All right, so we're getting close into our first springs out of Poe. It's Lily Springs. I'm gonna show you the water, how much the water is already changing. Here at Lily Springs, it's like the boils in Tennessee. You can see the water just bubbling up out of the ground. Hi, friend.
We just want to show everybody.
Oh, there it is. There's the springs over there. It'd be easier if we had a kayak to get up in there.
I don't think we do.
No.
I think it's probably not much.
No, it'd be hard to get turned around and get back out.
Swimming hole. I don't know.
Hello, turtle. Well, look at the color. We'll have to back out. Oh, these rocks are too big. I don't want to get us wedged.
We're not going to get wedged.
Okay.
Yeah, they got those rocks in it.
All right, so there's a small little spring. The guy that drove the shuttle, he said, any little opening, inlet, he said, don't be afraid to paddle up in there. All right, so the next spring we're fixing to look at Rum Springs. We beached the canoe for a few minutes to walk up here. They've got the entrance for the canoe. They've got the entrance blocked off. This was one of our favorites the first time we made this canoe trip. That more blue color right over there, that's the deeper part. That's probably where the springs is pushing up out of the ground. Now, when we were here the first time, it was a hot day. There were people everywhere swimming, and then they were just kind of lounging around all of the banks here. But there are signs now that stay off the grass, so maybe they've controlled it a little bit more. But it looks like you can still swim, and this grass will probably disappear the more people, after more people get into the spring. After Rum Island, we've got Gilchrist Blue Springs. Now this is a state park. You can drive into this one, visit the state park. The Florida state parks are like $6. That's worth the donation to the state park to get to see all of these beautiful springs. But from the riverside, we read when we were in the state park the other day that this is one of the longest spring runs, or it is the longest spring run to get out to the river. This really is. This is probably the prettiest spring that we've seen so far on the trip, or we'll see. I think I'm gonna have to help Scotty paddle against the current a little bit. I think my boat motor needs a little tune-up. Okay, so it is the longest spring run, but you're fighting against the current getting in here, so you gotta dig. All right, guys, the next 2 miles is the private property owned by, I guess, Jenny Springs Outdoors. We came here yesterday, I believe it was, and visited from the land side. So paddling today, we're gonna paddle into a couple of the bigger springs, show them to you from the riverside. Okay, this is, we visited from the land side yesterday. This is Devil's Eye and Devil's Ear. It's part of a cavern, a cave system underneath the river. You can see the bubbles coming up. We've got divers right here. You do have to have be a certified diver, cave diver, to dive in the caverns. Jenny Springs. Ooh-wee, can y'all see what's ahead? Look at there.
be home tomorrow. Tomorrow evening.
That thing is beautiful. Yeah, I think it's pushing up. Look at all this. It's pushing up out of the ground right here. Wow. Can you make it? Want me to help? We just hit all this hard current.
Here we are at the Santa Fe Park, which is our takeout spot here on the Santa Fe River. It was about a 4.5-hour trip.
Yep, for the 8 miles. And we took our time.
We did, exploring all the springs. I didn't snorkel any of them today because I was afraid once I got back into the boat, probably get a little bit too cold. So
but
no
we got plenty of video of him snorkeling though. don't think you're gonna miss.
It was a very pleasant float. The current did most of the work. We just had to keep the boat straight for the most part. Lots of wildlife, bald eagle,
herons and the egrets. I think those are the white heron-looking birds, or the egrets. Turtles. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever seen so many turtles.
So it was a very pleasant float. If you ever here in northern central Florida, it's it needs to be put on your to-do list, I believe.
So if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and think about hitting that subscribe button below.